our next speaker is Dalal Bargan. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Sorry, Dalal. Baumgartner, and she's a mother of a child with SATB2, otherwise known as glass syndrome, after her daughter's diagnosis with SATB2 in 2017. Dalal and her family connected with international families at a US conference in 2018. And from there, she was motivated to support families and their loved ones. And then she went on to set up SATB2 Foundation in Australia. So Dalal has connected with SWAN, and she's going to share her story of Naomi's diagnosis and what she's done to advocate for her daughter. She's a believer in advocacy, and that raising awareness will bring positive change to not only her daughter, but to others with rare genetic conditions. So over to you, Dalal. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. And it's a privilege to be able to share Naomi's journey on this platform and on this special day that we all celebrate. I'll just share with you a short presentation. Okay, so this is Naomi, and I call her my rare ambassador. She's an ambassador to SATB2 kids worldwide, and she is my little hero. So Naomi's journey, she started off with surgery. And little did we know that when she was born, that she would need surgery, but long and behold, 8 months later, she needed cleft repair along with grommets. And as many parents of a firstborn would think, that that's it, we're going to see her develop and shine and do all the things that a child would normally do. But there was milestone delays. And there was a lot of questions around why this is happening and how we can support Naomi. But those questions didn't go answered, didn't go supported. And so we kept seeing delays with Naomi, and these delays came in the form of walking and crawling and teeth coming through and all those kinds of things that you would find progressively normal with a child. So she hit the age of about 3.5, and we said, enough's enough. We're not going to be told that she's just a child that needs a bit of time, and don't compare her to others. And don't worry too much about what she's going through at the moment. It will all be okay. So we met up with a new pediatrician who took a good look at Naomi and heard my concerns. And she agreed that yes, some blood tests, genetic tests were needed. So off we went to Westmead Children's Hospital. We had the tests done. 6 weeks later, we received that phone call. There's some abnormalities, but not quite sure what it is, but you're going to have to redo the tests, and you and hubby are needing to do it again, to do it as well, sorry. So we went there, did all the tests. 8 weeks later, it's confirmed. Naomi has a deletion in her second chromosome, 50 genes deleted. Now, one of those genes is the SATB2 gene. What happened to all the other genes? How do they affect Naomi? At the time, we didn't have those kinds of questions to ask. We were just concentrating on the SATB2 gene. And so the SATB2 gene, glass syndrome, 2q33.1, if you want to go with the numbers and letters, it gave us a 2-sentence explanation on Google: intellectual disability, cleft palate, severe to no speech at all. And then the list went on, and we thought, no, this can't be all it. There has to be something else. And so we were connected then with a parent Facebook page, and questions were asked and answers were given and connections were made. We connected with them in 2018 at a conference in Little Rock, And it was fabulous to see other parents, but it was a tearful journey for those 3 days. And we were happy to see everyone, but we were so sad that this is the connection that we had made to another country with all these wonderful people, that our children shared this rare condition. And at the time, Naomi was number 195, and she was the first one to be diagnosed at Westmead Children's Hospital. And from then, when we couldn't take no for an answer, we couldn't step down from, you know, trying to find out the best thing for Naomi and to keep going. And so we were determined to give her the best possible support. And I guess it comes into the next slide, where support is so much for a family. Families like ours with a rare condition or no known condition to put aside on the child and what they're going through. And so support comes in different ways and forms. It comes through therapy, it comes through testing and examinations, and it comes through the form of family support, through networking. And these supports combined together make it that little bit better. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's a walk in the park. And I still have my days of grieving. Every couple of months, there's something new with Naomi. And those journeys, those small journeys that lead us to more information about her are quite helpful. But no one is willing to put their signature on a diagnosis or a formal diagnosis for Naomi, and it's a constant battle. And so with the different supports, that it comes in different ways, we know that SWAN has been a tremendous backbone for so many families. I met Heather back in 2019 at a conference in Melbourne, and it was a lovely way to get introduced to so many other families that are going through something similar. Another form is the families themselves who are going through a similar journey. It won't always be the same, but it will be very much similar to it. And to have those connections and networks is so important. And I guess the biggest one for me is my own family, my husband, my little daughter, Esther, and of course, Naomi. Naomi is our sunshine and she's our light. She is our joy and she is our hope. And without knowing little bits about her, it's really hard to understand how Naomi functions day to day. Every day is a new journey and a new way to discover Naomi. And with that, I've picked up the courage with Naomi as my ambassador, and the 26 other families in Australia and the 600 worldwide, that it's really important to give families on our own home soil that support, that tailored support. And so I have recently started up the SATB2 Gene Foundation in Australia. I am the founder and the principal director, and our launch is coming up on the 25th of March, which is really exciting. So I've wanted to say thank you to everyone who's listened to me. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask away. Thank you.